What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. We just got all of the brand new diecast mixes and the release dates revealed, as long with all of these character images that Mattel created. Now, I'm sure many of these are not the final ones, but first off, at least in the UK, released by Tootly Thomas, we have June 1st release date, or June, August, and then October. Each month will have a mix of small engines and then also large engines in two packs. So, starting out with the tank engines, the first mix coming in June is what we expected: Thomas, Percy, Diesel, Rosie, Troublesome Chuck, Harold, and Toby. Next one in October is going to have Whiff, Salty, Tranny, Charlie, and then Mavis and Flynn Jr. Yes, take a look at some of these characters we've never seen before. We have Salty's render, which his face is so tiny now. And then we also have Whiff with those massive glasses. I think a lot of these faces are not final, so it might be hard to judge, but Salty's face is tiny. A lot of these engines just look very, very young, very kind of childish. I think Mavis looks actually really great. Salty could be a fun change. We'll see how he, talks with that very tiny face. Whiff, it was whatever. He does big glasses, kind of childish, but it's very interesting how Flynn is now Flynn Jr. apparently. So, but Flynn looks very good. I also like his diecast release, but Charlie doesn't look. Charlie looks disgusting. He looks like a tranny Charlie. That is disgusting. And then we also have Scruffy on the far right side. Scruffy's looking good. But then we also have Bruno revealed. Bruno just looks like he did in All Engines Go. He's a pointless, forced, shoehorned in, forced character break van for many reasons. We know why. But we have Duck, Bill, and RHENEAS completely revealed, as well as the troublesome tanker. It's safe to say Duck got shafted. Duck does not look the best. His body himself looks good, same with Bill and RHENEAS, but the faces for Duck and RHENEAS are pretty iffy. I think Bill looks fine. I'm hoping that we get Ben soon, but Duck, yeah, it's a shame Duck's face is not the best. I was hoping for much better for someone like Duck, especially RHENEAS, but it's just great to see RHENEAS back. I think a lot of these renders also might be pretty old. Not old, but I think some of these renders might be reused and they're not really final, but Duck, Bill, and RHENEAS and the Troublesome Tinker fully revealed. And I'll make more videos on these guys when we get the chance. But moving on to the second batch of engines, we have June, August, and October as before, but we have Henry, James, Gordon, Thomas, and Annie, and Oliver and Toad in June. In August, we have Hero, Nia, who looks disgusting, Percy and Clarabelle, and then Toby and Henrietta releasing. Hero looks like a Ching Chong Ling Long if I've ever seen one, man. Look at that face. Talk about stereotypes. Talk about a forced character. Talk about the two forced ethnicity characters, whatever these are. They look awful. Nia and Hero next to each other. It makes sense. Forced garbage. They look awful. Awful. That is so bad. That talk about little ethnicity nonsense. That is disgraceful. That is disgusting. Oh man. Henry looks pretty good. I'm actually really happy about Henry. Oliver we saw how Oliver looked yesterday. Oliver and Toad looking good. Thomas and Annie and Percy and Clarabelle, Toby and Henrietta. And then we also have Emily releasing. We have Diesel and his Troublesome Truck 2-pack. He's getting the red Troublesome Truck, kind of like the one that came with Rosie, but in diecast form. And then we also have, we have Emily. Her face looks like the motorized form. Emily doesn't look, I guess, the greatest. The eyes are kind of weird. Small face, too. Then we have Thomas and Birdie, and Birdie doesn't even have a face. So I don't know what stage of the concept art this is, but Birdie does not have a face. Birdie might be worse than Harold. Birdie got butchered even more than Harold the helicopter, and I never thought that would even be possible considering how bad Harold is. But, yeah. So, Thomas and Birdie, that is awful. Birdie is terrible. There's not much to say here. Highlights are Oliver and James and Henry, I think, are looking good, but a lot of these designs probably are not final, as I said. But it's going to be interesting. We're getting June, August, and October drops, so nothing in July, nothing in September, nothing in April or May, so we got to be patient. All of these characters slowly going to be rolling out. Hopefully this means it's easier to find all of these characters, considering that it also said the amounts per pack. So, but on the previous screen said ×4 Thomas, etc. So we'll see. But let me know your thoughts on this down below, and I'll see you in the next video.